Hey everyone, so I know this is slightly odd. I'm doing a live video at like midnight, but I've just done my own session and people have been asking me all of this week, last week, because I've been putting my 10-week program out. It's like, well, what do we do? What do we do in the sessions? So it's because the energy's with me, because I've just done this, because I can remember it. By tomorrow it'll probably be gone. I wanted to pop on and explain to you guys, because every time I do this, it goes deeper and deeper, and it's blowing my own mind. So this is what happens in a session with me, especially if you do several sessions, and then we actually start accessing deeper and deeper energy. So I was working on the energy of feeling let down. This has come up a few times for me. It's like a little pattern, and I can't remember what even happened to bring this energy up with me, but I did body wisdom. So body wisdom is when you go, where is the part in my body that feels let down? And it's kind of more a generic thing. It's not specific necessarily to exactly what's happened in your life now. It's about an ancestral or a pattern thing. So I brought that part out of me. We started having a conversation. So what happens is you bring different people in to have the conversation, to clear their energy. So it started that I started talking to members of my own family about things that had happened in the past, things that happened when I was 8, that kind of thing. So we cleared all of that energy, and then we went into the ancestral energy. So we cleared the energy with my mum. It was down the female line. So my mum, my granny, my great granny, we kept going back in time. We kept having the conversations. We kept clearing the energy, and eventually I got back to an old crone in the woods. Now I don't know if that was one of my ancestors, felt like kind of 13 or more ancestors back, or if it was a past life experience, or if it was just a metaphor that my subconscious mind had come up with to explain this situation that I was experiencing. And this old crone, she lived in the woods. She said she had been, and this is quite easy to do, by the way. Everyone can do it. I can guide you through it. And once you're actually doing it, yes, it's mind-blowing, but at the same time, it feels very natural. So it's not as wacky and wild and weird as I'm kind of explaining here, quite honestly. So I had the conversation with the old crone, and she said that she lived in the woods so that no one could let her down. And I was like, well, okay, this is kind of back to my original issue. And I could feel the energy of the old crone in me. And I'm calling her an old crone not to be disrespectful, because she'd found a way of living that really suited her. She lived in the woods, she lived off the land, she had some pigs, she didn't need much, she kind of lived hand to mouth, she didn't have many people, in fact any people I don't think around her, so she couldn't get let down. And she was peaceful. Her energy was so peaceful. She'd let go of any resentment, any anger, any expectations, any fear around being let down, mainly because she'd removed herself from a situation where she might have fear, and she had this beautiful existence where she felt really safe and really peaceful. And I can feel that part in me, the part that wants to live like that and not have to live too big a life. Just be really simple, live off the land, not have too many people around me, not be massively in society. But we ended up having a conversation that these were maybe two parts of me, and we cleared it. So she was giving me all the reasons why she shouldn't come with me, and I was giving her all the reasons why actually I wanted to live a bigger life now, and I wanted different things for me now. It was a different era. And ultimately we came to a reconciliation whereby she decided to come with me. I didn't force her, I didn't make her. She came with me into the world, and what we realized when we went out into the world in this visualization is we'd been looking at the world wrongly. So what we realized is that when we went out into the world and we just lived it, and we just accepted what came, and we just had the experiences as experiences, we weren't going to get let down. It was only when we put expectations on those experiences, on the other people, when we put our trust outside of ourselves, when we expected people not to lie, when we expected people to be trustworthy, when we expected people not to leave us, we expected people to love us forever and not stop loving us, that's when we got let down. And in the first scenario where we were just kind of living our life and having the experiences, yes, there was the potential to experience hurt, but we weren't going to get hurt. There's a really big distinction. I don't know if you can grasp it. So when you put your expectations on someone or on your life or on yourself, it's almost like you raise up a step. You put them up on a level, you put yourself up on a level. And then if those expectations aren't met, if people let you down, if they hurt you, if they betray your trust, it's like you drop. It's like you're let down, literally. You fall. And that's what hurts, because you get bruised. When you just live your life open to loving, open to receiving love, open to having experiences, open to whatever comes without putting that expectation of A, staying safe, A, never getting hurt. No, getting is the wrong word. Never feeling hurt. Then actually your life becomes really beautiful and joyful, but you're still in your body. You're not outside of yourself. You're not living from someone else's expectations or from your own expectations. It just becomes something that you do, that you be. So I don't know if that makes sense. I just wanted to let people know what happens in my sessions. That was kind of a really brief synopsis. This was quite a long session. I cleared energy with family members, with ancestral members, and ultimately I got back to possibly what's the root of this energy, and I cleared that. So we'll see how my life unfolds. It's going to be interesting, but I have cleared energy. This is what we do in the sessions. And every time I do it, it actually blows my mind, because things come up which your logical mind can't get a hold of. And you can go round and round in circles trying to sort it out from a logical standpoint. When you get down into the energy that's being held in your body, it just releases like that. So take care, everybody. If you want any more information, I'm always happy to be open to let you know. Most it's my own stories, because my clients' stories are confidential. But to let you know how this stuff works and what I can facilitate for you. And yeah, I do have my 10-week program coming out. To be fair, all my places for next week are taken. So I'm going to open up for the week after just a couple of spaces. I can't take very many energy-wise, but I'm going to open up a couple of spaces. So if you are interested at all, just get in touch and I can walk you through what it involves. No commitment. All right. Take care, bye.